What's up? It's ADR back with another ADR Sports TV post-game review. Wow. This one was actually insane to me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I want to be really, really hyped, but also it's so early in the season. But Liverpool losing 3-2. That is crazy. Brentford came in with the tenacity. They weren't scared, right? Liverpool still feeling like they got that aura. You know what I'm saying? Van Dijk, Van Disney, he's in here giving them the shakies, thinking that's going to stop people from trying to, go at him, which, people just aren't scared of you anymore, man. It's not like he's not a bad defender. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying now people see that Liverpool has little breaks, little chinks in their armor, areas that they can exploit. And to be quite honest with you, the areas that people are exploiting aren't even that difficult for Liverpool to be able to cope with. Win second balls, try and be in better position so you're not running towards your own goal, and be quicker. I felt like Liverpool were dwelling a little bit too much in some of their decisions, right? We're seeing a lot more in the Premier League. I mentioned it in my video earlier. Teams are starting to go a little bit wider, right? They're starting to clog up the midfield with different players that are starting to form into the midfield along with the midfield three that most teams are starting with. So you see the right back checking in, the left back checking in, creating a midfield of 4. Well, Brentford isn't utilizing these same tactics. Throughout the whole season, people were saying Brentford's gonna be relegated, right? After Thomas Frank left, everybody really wrote off Brentford. Vissa left and Mbumo left, right? So everybody wrote them off, right? And then they lost their captain. Arsenal grabbed him, Norgard. So they lost some key pieces. People are thinking that they're doomed basically to go down. Lo and behold, Brentford look a threat. Not only are they still keeping some of the intricacies and play style that they had from last year, but now they're implementing more pressure on top of that, right? Last season, we used to see them shell up and explode, right? This season, we still see them shelling up. But to me, it looks like they're shelling up a little bit further up the field, right? They're shelling up and they're always leaving a man up front, right? I will say Brentford's recruitment is really good. Them and Brighton, man, I swear they have very, very good recruitment. One of those teams who got into the Premier League and made sure that their recruitment was on board, right? They didn't just splash a bunch of money, get a whole bunch of dope heads, and then just throw them on the team. They didn't, right? They actually made sure they got pristine people in each position for Brentford, obviously. Pristine as in replacements to what they usually sell out, right? And Brighton do the same thing. But the biggest thing to me is that, like I was saying, Liverpool isn't adapting to this. I mean, they were literally down 3-1 and had to fight their way back again. I mean, one of the things that I've been seeing is what happened over the summer affecting them with Jota. And, I wasn't on YouTube during that. I was, but I had taken a break. RIP to Diogo Jota. I do want to go ahead and get that in there. And who knows? Deaths affect people differently. So we can't sit here and say, oh, this is affecting them or it's not. We can't say, oh, they're professionals. They should be able to deal with it. I think that's a disrespectful way to think about it because different people handle different things of grieving differently. You don't know how close some of them were with him, and you don't know if they thought of him as another brother, if they knew him from prior, all of these things, right? I do think that could be playing a role, right? Because if you have something that heavy on you, you get a big surge, right? And then when stuff starts going wrong towards it, you kind of start feeling like, this might just not be the time. Maybe this ain't for me. Sometimes you get that feeling, right? And sometimes you can get that feeling and you can slap yourself and you can be like, you know what? Damn it, I'm not going to go out like this. And Liverpool could do that. This is a long season. My point is they could be at that down point being like, damn, man, nothing's going right for us, right? Nothing. This sucks. But they got Van Disney in the background. I'm just kidding. They got Van Dijk in the back, right? He's got to get the lads together, right? Even though Alisson's out, the new keeper seems to be still making good saves. But the problem is that Liverpool are leaking these chances. Mo Salah doesn't look the same. Wirtz doesn't look the same as he did in the Champions League this prior week. He looked good in that today. I still feel like he finds pockets well. I still feel like he's adapting. That's fine, understandable. Ekitike looking decent. He looks the most threatening of their front line. I personally like Cody Gakpo. I just think that some things are just off for Liverpool right now. They're still trying to figure out who goes with what, connections, things like that. But my biggest thing also here is, sometimes when Big Six teams play other teams, no offense to Brentford, the Big Six team gets talked about more because they are more likely to have the power and everybody's thinking that they should win, right? But we need to give credit to Brentford here. We need to give credit to their manager. I had his name on the top of my head, but I forgot it, and I don't want to butcher it. For coming in, for Thomas Frank, who did a lot for that club, got them to where they were, got them in the Premier League sustainable. Then you're thinking they're going to go back down to the championship, and this guy says, no. What we're going to do is we're going to put the pressure on these teams. They think we're going to be relegated? No, no, no. We're going to fight harder than them. We're going to fight for second balls, and we're going to show them why we're not going to get relegated. Now he's got his play style and identity into the team. They believe in what he's saying. They're behind him. Right, so that's huge. I mean, congratulations to Brentford. As an Arsenal fan, I'm very happy, but I got to remain neutral. We're doing reviews for everything. That is what I'm trying to do on this channel. We're trying to remain as neutral as possible. There will be some banter here, some banter there, but I'm gonna be honest, guys. I like making jokes and stuff like that, but like as far as when I have people on the channel or if I go on other channels, it's just not that much banter, man. If a team loses, I rather analyze it and figure out what's going on. I might crack a little jokes here and there if I know the person or whatnot, but I'm not big on just bantering the whole time if somebody loses. Nobody's going to go through the season full without losing, and that's just kind of how the game goes, right? But we're here continuously now. I know I said this before, but I actually mean it this time. ADR is back. All right, I just released a short earlier today as well, hitting a double trick shot. Take a look at that. Like, comment, subscribe, share that as well. Like, comment down below this season, who's going to win it? Who's going to win it for you? Is Liverpool down and out? Is Arsenal going to win it or Manchester City? I think people are sleeping on Man City, but we'll cover them tomorrow. Thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.